Hi everyone. This is the second chapter, Principles of Management. So in the first chapter we learned about management. What is management? What are the nature, objectives, then the levels of management, then management as art, science and profession, etc. So in the second chapter we are going to see in detail the principles of management. So what is principle? Principle is a basic statement that provides understanding and guidance to thinking and action. So a managerial principle is a broad guidelines for decision making and behavior. Management principles are not rigid. Rigid means difficult to change. As principles of science. I'll repeat, management principles are not rigid as principles of science. They deal with human behavior and thus to be applied creatively to the demand of the situation. So this is about the principle. Now we'll see about the nature of management principles. First one, universal applicability. So what do you mean by this? The principles of management are intended to apply to all levels of organizations, business as well as non-business organizations, then small or large business, public or private sector, etc., or manufacturing or service sector. Any business sector, principles of management are applicable. Then, however, the extent of the applicability would vary with the nature of organization, business activity, scale of production, etc. The second nature is general guidelines. The principles are guidelines to action but do not provide ready-made solutions to all managerial problems. This is so because real business situations are very complex and dynamic. Next one, formed by practice and experimentation. The principles of management are formed by experience and collective wisdom of managers as well as experimentation. Okay. The next point is flexible. So the principles of management are not rigid. They are flexible and can be modified by the managers when the situation so demands. So that means the management principles are not rigid. They are flexible. Whenever the managers are required, they can change, make the modifications in the principles. Next one, mainly behavioral. Management principles aims at influencing behavior of human beings. Therefore, principles of management are mainly behavioral in nature. Moreover, principles enable a better understanding of the relationship between human and material resources. The next point is cause and effect relationship. The principles of management are intended to establish relationship between cause and effect so that they can be used in similar situations in a large number of cases. Principles equip managers to foresee the cause and effect relation of their decisions and action. Next point, contingent. The application of principles of management is contingent or dependent upon the prevailing situation at the particular point of time. The application of principles has to be changed as per the requirements. So the next point is, the next main heading is significance of principles of management. First one, providing managers with useful insight to reality. So what this means? The principles of management provide the managers with useful insight into the real world situations. So it will also enable the managers to learn from the past mistakes and conserve time by solving recurring or repeated problems quickly. Next point is optimum utilization of resources. So resources, both human and material, are available with the company very limited. So they have to be put to optimum use. Optimum use means maximum utilization. So optimum use means the resources should be put to use in such a manner that they should give maximum benefit with minimum cost. Next point is effective administration. So effective administration necessitates impersonalization of managerial conduct so that managerial power is used with due discretion. Then the manager's decision may be free from personal prejudices and biases. That means there is no personal interest will be influencing in manager's decisions. Next point, meeting changing environmental requirements. So the principles are guidelines, but they are modified to help managers to meet changing requirements of the environment. Management principles are flexible to adapt to dynamic business environment. Okay. The next point is fulfilling social responsibility. So the increased awareness of the public compels business to fulfill their social responsibilities. Value to the customer, care for the environment, dealings with the business associates, etc. would come under the management principles because the business will be working in a society. So definitely the business should meet the social requirements. Next is management training, education and research. So management principles are the basic for management training, education and research. These principles provide base groundwork for the development of the management. Not just the development, okay? It is a groundwork for the development of management as a subject, that is a discipline. These principles enable or facilitate the development of new management technique also. Hope the principles of management, the significance and importance are clear to you. So moving to the next slide. This is F.W. Taylor. Who is F.W. Taylor? His full name is Frederick Winslow Taylor. Okay, the short is F.W. Taylor. He is known as the father of scientific management. He is known as the father of scientific management. So he was an American mechanical engineer and he published a book, The Principles of Scientific Management in 1911. So according to F.W. Taylor, okay, he has given one definition. Scientific management means knowing exactly what you want men to do and seeing that they do it in the best and cheapest way. Okay, this is what F.W. Taylor is telling about management. I'll repeat. Scientific management means knowing exactly what you want men to do. Men means your workers to do, and seeing that they do it in the best and cheapest way. So these are the objectives of scientific management. First is to increase production by use of standardized tools, equipment and methods. Next is improve quality. To improve quality of products by research, quality control and effective inspection. Next is reduce cost of production. So to reduce the cost of production through planning and the cost control techniques. Next, avoid wastage. To avoid wastage in the use of resources, time and methods of production. Next point, place right person at the right place. So to place the right person at the right job through scientific selection and training. Next point, ensure division of labor. To ensure division of labor and responsibility. This is one objective of scientific management. And the last point is to promote cooperation. Thank you.